daily vlog. And as you know, I'm just rolling through the city. It's funny. First of all, as I always say, I hope I find you well. Not perfect, because none of us are perfect, but well. I want to thank you for not only watching, but subscribing to my channel. I promise you, I'm only beginning. I'm only beginning. Other things are coming. Look at that. Yeah, I heard you. I'm gonna put my seatbelt on. I heard you. I heard you. Man, you don't have to yell at me. Appreciate you caring. Let me get this thing. I always wear my seatbelt though. There was a time where I didn't. So I'm just leaving Bronx's daycare. He has a diaper rash. TMI, maybe, but it's part of the story. This morning I dropped him off and I told them I would bring in, they told me yesterday, hey, he has a rash, can you bring in some ointment? So had some ointment at home. This morning, I remembered, I got it. Scooped it up, got them all ready. A lot of work, I'm not joking. Got them to school. When I got there, I handed I handed the ointment to the worker, and she looked at it and she was like, I need you to fill out a form. I'm like, cool. Fill out a form so that they're okay with, you know, giving my child medicine. No problem, done. I handed her the ointment and it's expired. The details. I can't lie, I didn't know the ointment expired, but it was expired. So here's what I said to her. I said, I'm gonna go buy some and I will return. Period. That was my power statement. That was a statement where, so after that, I drive to my gym, I work out. After that, I'm actually really hungry. Like I'm hungry. I need to eat. I haven't eaten today yet. But I remembered that I had a verbal contract out there in the universe, right? I had this verbal contract. I'll be back. So I instead drove to Walmart, grabbed the medicine, went back to the school, dropped it off. So I completed that verbal contract. And that is a really big deal. And here's why. Because people who keep their word can really build successful lives. People who can't keep their word rarely do. And with that, the title of this vlog is, and I don't always title, but this one has a title. You are your biggest project. Today you were the day you were born. You will always be your biggest project. And the part about that that's cool is it never stops, because life keeps changing. It keeps evolving. And that means that we have to keep changing. We have to keep evolving. We have to keep, challenging our thought processes, having paradigm shifts and all these things. And just, I guess, continuous learning. They call that Kaizen, K-A-I-Z-E-N, continuous improvement. And so you're your biggest project. But I want to ask you, if you're still watching, I want to ask you, up to this point, who really designed your life? Some of the coaching I do is not just about limiting beliefs. I love that part of it. But a little small part of it is helping people design their life. Typically, it's actually redesigning their life, because the life they're living, they're like, yo, I don't really love these things. And I'm like, yo, that's cool. No problem. Let's redesign it. Almost like a house. You think about it, you're living in your house and you're like, I don't like that paint. I'm going to repaint it. Or for the people who change their living room around all the time, I don't like the way this fits. I want a new start. So I'm going to move the sofa over here. I'm going to move the TV over here. And it almost is like a new home. Well, you can do that for your life. And so few people do it. They just settle for things that don't make them feel alive. And a long time ago, I figured out that I wasn't going to do that. I realized that I was my biggest project. And before I went out and worked on anybody else's project, I was going to make sure that I was working on mine. And so I want to ask you, how does your daily choices lean into you improving the project that you are? How about the people you're around? How about the TV shows? How about the food you eat? How about the type of sleep you get? I mean, literally, you want to take every area, your spiritual life, your emotional life, your financial life, did I say physical life, your social life, your community life, your family life. You want to take all of those. You want to sit down and you want to design how you want each one of those to look. Now, will you be able to go out and perfection do it? No, you won't. But can you improve it by writing it down and committing to that project and asking yourself what is already there and what can be built upon? You will improve it. And even if it's just 1% a day. James Clear in the book Atomic Habits, which I've read a couple of times, I have it in my library, he speaks about habit stacking, and just improving 1% better gives you a 37x improvement over the year. And so small wins matter. So I'm going to ask you again, in what area of your life right now are you focusing on to improve you or your project? And like I always say, my name is Cornelius, and I help people, including myself, get out of my own way and start to live in the life that we deserve. Oh, and by the way, go be great.